Whoa, are you revving a Hellcat engine or are you preparing me a Haley Bieber Choco Monkey smoothie, Ty?
Actually, Eric, I'm doing both. I may be blending in the back of the Maybach, but if you have this blender, you can blend anywhere.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that this blender is battery powered and portable and lasts up to 15 blend cycles?
Hell yeah, brother, it lasts longer than me. This is the BlendJet 2, and it's better than a girlfriend.
Well, our breadheads don't have either, but they can use code BREADHEAD12 on BlendJet.com to get 12 inches off this BJ and start blending in the bathtub.
Taking baths sounds a bit too zesty for me. By the way, this thing has free shipping and colorways that are giving me an insurrection.
Well, that's right, guys. It comes in Strawberry Manga Smoothie Red, Pixar Illegal Alien Green, and LG BLT Pride Rainbow.
Whether you want to blend in or stand out, get your 12 inches off at BlendJet.com. Code BREADHEAD12.
That's right, breadheads, blend heads. We are a BlendJet podcast now. This is the only podcast exclusively about portable blenders.
I always look forward to hearing like what sound effect you're gonna make when you join the pod that we don't cut out ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to see that you're moistening, your moneymaker.
Mm-hmm. I gotta lube the bank account.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Ty. Good afternoon, breadheads. Good afternoon, the good folks over at BlendJet.
Yeah. Shout out to BlendJet. We are BlendJet ambassadors. If you didn't already know that, use our code BREADHEAD12 to get 12 inches off your portable blender. You never realize that you need a blender everywhere you go, Eric, until you are in the back of the pickup truck and you're on the road, you're heading to the job site, and you know you're getting Subway for lunch, but what are you having for breakfast? Nothing. You didn't have time to blend up a smoothie. Boom. Enter the BlendJet 2.
Enter the BlendJet 2. Wow. That's I'm just picturing like a John Cena-esque soundtrack playing while the blender like steps out into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's like taken on and it's gonna be taken on like the magic bullet for like small blender supremacy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, who is the goat in small blenders?
Do you remember the days of like TV ads for like very novel but like seemingly like obvious and useful like kitchen appliances, like the slap chop?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely an era where those types of utilities got more airtime than they probably should have. Like the slap chop is known by is a name spoken in more households than our good friends at Aesop.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Slap chop, they sound the same, but for some reason slap chop has a better reputation. Maybe not better, but larger.
Larger for sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. There was a time where like you would like turn on the TV, you'd be watching like Friends or something, and then you'd get a commercial that is like stop using a knife, you fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like very aggressive. Like, why would you ever use a knife ever again? Just, put your onion inside of this plastic sphere and slap it, and you're done. And then
Mm-hmm.
you would watch it and be like, wow, I'm such an idiot for using traditional anything. And then, you would order it. I think the
Yeah,
BlendJet 2 is like, it falls in that category, but we've applied like millennial branding to it instead of like TV guide branding.
yeah, because you can get it in woke Olaf white. But it also has like a price point and a feature set that you wouldn't expect. And like, because most of the times with your traditional as seen on TV product, it's usually it's a very simple device being pushed as like an innovation. Usually it's by
hmm
like some nasally neurotic white guy. And they're like,
hmm
yeah, still using cellophane, I see.
Yeah, you're right. And so what is the BlendJet then? So is it novel or is it just a 3% improvement on the blender?
Dude, it's the perfect improvement on the blender. It's the same thesis as Apple. Snip the cord, baby. This is the
Holy shit.
AirPod Pro of blenders.
It's the AirPod 1, actually, dude. It's
It
like
is.
it's the perfect case study of an MVP, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum viable blender.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what they'll get rid of next on it, but like their passion for reductivism, I'm really aligned with.
Yeah,
Sure, they make like their blender look like Buzz Lightyear, and I have some problems with that. But like Apple's had some bad colorways in the past too.
mhm. But you know what? It's perfect because they snipped the cord, but then they added like the most recognizable feature that indicates portability, and that is the wrist strap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you strapping your blender to? Like
Dude,
your hiking backpack? Like, like
hell yeah!
is it dangling off the back of your backpack while you're hiking up like Seymour?
Damn, you got all these like REI homies with their like blender on a carabiner stuck to their hiking bag. That's so cool.
Hmm.
You got like the climbing shoes on one side, the blender on the other.
Yeah,
I'm
because
making
it's
soup at the mountain peak.
I can literally hear it right now as I picture it. It's like the tin Snow Peak mug, like
Mm-hmm.
carabined onto a backpack that's just clanging around as you hike. Like I can hear
Mm-hmm.
it perfectly because I've been that guy, and
Me
also
too.
I've seen it every single time I hike. And now I'm just gonna like one day I'll walk by and I'll see like a leopard print blender instead.
It's actually this is a brilliant use case for the BlendJet 2. Go to blendjet.com to purchase because Eric, uh, all you need when you're going hiking is you need your mega red or maybe they have like a maybe you could try the urban camo color if you're a hiker.
Hmm. The
All hikers,
the liberal
oh,
cuck blue.
yeah, no, actually though, all hikers love turquoise. I don't know if you've noticed this,
Yes.
but I've never done a trail and not encountered like some sort of either a full turquoise fit or like an older white woman with a turquoise puffer.
Oh, 100%. And we both know Ty is a trail slut on this podcast, so
Hmm.
he's he's on the trails frequently. And you're right, whenever I go, I always see like the most heinous color combinations of on
Dude,
hikers, like a olive green with like a neon red
yeah,
pant, you know what I mean? And there's like yellow like boots. It's like
yeah.
why not just like coordinate a little bit better? Like why do you insist on being so high vis?
It's crazy because you like go into nature to appreciate the natural beauty of it, and then you
Hmm.
walk in like the most out of place looking alien. Like I would think that
Hmm.
most hikers are colorblind if I didn't know that they were enjoying the natural beauty and scenery.
Hmm. But it's not their fault because like MEC only carries turquoise,
That's true. It
right?
really is, yeah, being perpetuated by the markets. But
Hmm.
I do like
Yeah.
getting some trailhead, and I do like bringing my blender with me. So here's the move, Eric. Circling this back, strap the urban camo or teal that matches the REI puffer blender to your bag. All you need is your life straw and a pack of Greek yogurt. And you head up the hill, grab some mystery berries from a tree or two, use your life straw to scoop some glacial swamp water from the peak, put all that in the BlendJet too. Baby, you got yourself a mountaintop smoothie.
Wow, that is incredible. I wonder if it's like powerful enough to grind coffee beans because like I can see like a fourth wave dork bringing up like a bag of roasted in Montreal fourth wave coffee,
Hmm.
and then their BlendJet too, and then like making a fresh ground cup of coffee on a mountaintop with
That's
their
so
like
cool.
AeroPress.
Ah, this concept of mountaintop meal making was stimulating some ideas in my head. I was like, oh, what if you made like a Subway sandwich at the top and you like gathered the ingredients as you like went there? And I was like, oh damn, Ty, that's just a picnic. Like, but it's
Oh,
also foraging. In theory, you could forage an entire foot long, with the exception of the bread, if you
hmm.
went veggie sub. Oh wait, the sauce. Who am I kidding? I'm dreaming.
Well, you're dreaming, yeah. But sauce packets take up next to no weight in a backpack. So even for
Mhm.
our ultralight crowd out there, it doesn't matter because packing like two, just take one gel out, take
Hmm.
one carb gel out of your backpack and substitute that with like three mayo packets, and you're good to go.
Yeah, just bring one less water bottle. Uh,
Yeah.
if I don't know if hikers are like you and I, Eric, and they're carrying around their pocket hot sauce for any like uh sneaky links, I guess. Situations. I don't want to
When-
incriminate myself.
Whenever I think of sneaky link, I always think of like a sausage link, and like
Mm,
like the forbidden sausage link or something. And it's like you're not allowed to have this, but you store it in your car for when like right before you like right after you park your car after work and before you come
mhm.
home to your wife. It's like I'm gonna eat some sausage just to like, you know, bring me some joy in my sad life.
Right, right. It's like the illegal pistol in the glove compartment.
Exactly.
Most
Wow.
rappers get arrested for it, but you're just getting chastised. It's like I need you to lay off the sausage, Eric.
Yeah. For a podcaster, I think about buying a gun way more often than I should.
Comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory. We got other podcasts coming for our next tie, and I do fantasize often about keeping the sticky loaded in the glove
Hmm.
compartment, just in case, some road rage happens.
Hmm. Hmm. I think about that too. As a Toyota Matrix driver, it's really easy for larger vehicles to be aggressive with me because they know I can't push them around the road.
hmm
So I need a little
hmm
extra firepower, a little extra muscle, if you will, and sometimes in order to
Exactly.
get my point across in roadside disputes.
Yep, exactly. I think I've realized this slowly over the last like couple months, but it is like being bullied on the road is a real thing. And
Hmm.
I can only imagine that Toyota Matrix, you are a prime suspect. I also get bullied on the road currently with what I'm driving because it's an older vehicle. And so I've realized like when I buy a car, which I'm trying to do right now, I need to buy something that either is expensive or looks expensive.
Hmm.
Because I think there's like an unwritten rule on the road. It's like if your car is more expensive, then you get the right of way.
Hmm. That
And
is the rule. Wow.
like you ever see a Ferrari and you just like stop and you
Hmm.
let it go? It's like that's like the most extreme example, but even if it's like, a close one, it's like okay, you got a G-Wagon, so you get to go first.
Hmm. Hmm. After you. It's the basically the rich guy equivalent of like being
Yeah.
an emergency service.
Yeah, exactly. It's the concierge feature, It's
Hmm.
like I get like some special benefits just for having money,
Hmm.
and I'm trying to unlock that in my life. So
Damn.
that's my main criteria right now. I need to look fast and expensive.
I love that for you. I never realized that vehicles based off of their perceived cost, but I absolutely do that. I think most people do. So I learned something about myself today, Eric. Thank you. I feel like the
You're
exception to
welcome.
that, like the civilians get out of the way for the G Wagon, but I think like the more expensive your car gets, the more likely the 12 is going to want to pull you over. So you do
Mm,
incur a little bit of risk there. And oh, wow, I just connected some dots, Eric. Let me connect them for you. This has nothing
please.
to do. We're going 180 degrees from where we just talked.
Okay.
The reason why police officers love going to Subway is because they get to talk to somebody aggressively through a pane of glass. It feels just like work. It's just like when they pull someone over. It's like, I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to do so by peering over some glass.
Interesting. Interesting. I
They're
think
so comfortable there. It's comfort, right? It's home.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Much like visitation,
Hmm.
you're like, what, there's a clear power dynamic, and you're
Man,
talking through a glass.
it is kind of
Um,
like visitation when I go in there because like it's always the same person behind the glass. For all I know, they never left.
for all I know, they're trapped behind the
Yeah.
glass, Ty, and they're forced to. Their community service is to make sandwiches for people.
Yeah. From my vantage point, I can't tell how they get out from back there.
Yeah, I know. All I see them do is like go into the back office and then come into the sandwich creation
Mm-hmm.
area. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, we'll catch them dragging a huge pile of trash out the door,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to think of that as recess.
Yeah, that's time out in the yard.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah,
Huh.
so cops do have a power trip whenever they go. You know what? I went on like a 10-minute drive last night to pick up Bay from work. It's like 5 minutes there, 5 minutes back, and I saw four cops. This is the
Wow.
suburban life that I did not sign up for, Ty. I see more cops in the suburbs than in the slums of downtown East Side.
Interesting. Well, that
Yeah.
there's no money for a police budget in the slums, I guess.
Yeah, no one wants to like risk dying at work, I guess.
I guess not. They all want cushy suburban beats.
Yeah, exactly.
They
And
like
I
get
think
ice
you're right
cream and
about,
stuff.
yeah, exactly. I think you're right about nicer cars getting pulled over because I did drive by one that was pulled over and it was like a new Mercedes like AMG. And then I was like, damn, like I literally just looked at that car on Facebook Marketplace
Hmm.
and I like saved it.
That could have been you, man.
That could have been me.
So cool.
Yeah, but that tells me that I'm on the right track, though.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So listen to this, Eric. I just wanted to share this with you because it's really exciting for me, but a brand new Subway is opening next to my apartment.
Oh
It's been
shit.
under construction for a couple months, and just recently the signage went up and the brand new Subway stools were placed by the window.
Oh
We're
shit.
only a few weeks out, maybe even days from grand opening. This will be the closest commercial business to my apartment when it opens. I literally cannot go spend money anywhere closer.
Wow. So you're gonna be like getting like whiffs of bread throughout the day? Like imagine the
Mhm.
summer when you have the windows open, you know what I mean? The doors wide open. And then like on a
Mhm.
hot summer day, you got like herbs and cheese baking over like just down the street and it's gonna
Dude.
waft right into your apartment.
Yeah, it's really gonna be stirring up some unwanted cravings.
Yeah, really enough to make anyone go crazy.
Mhm. Like, why am I getting bricked up to that bread smell right now? But,
Wow.
I'm hoping, Eric, that I can figure out their opening plan and then be the very first customer. How cool would that be?
Dude.
Because I guarantee
Yes.
you, like, not only is it the first Subway sandwich made by that sandwich artist, but it would be the first Subway sandwich in that establishment. So we get a totally fresh perspective on what it's like to figure out how to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
They're gonna be figuring it out together with me.
So
The
do you
truest
think
form of co-creation.
so do you think it'll be that person's like first time ever making a sandwich? Or will they hire experienced sandwich artists to like sub in, pun intended, for the first week?
Substitute. I think with the rate that Subway's open across the country, I don't think they can just pass artists around like that. I think they're like there's a constant need. It's like the military, they always need new recruits. So I'm
Hmm.
imagining it's a whole fresh-faced grade of new graduates of the Sandwich Artist University. And it's very possible that they probably have made footlongs because it's like going to like um, medical school havers. So they, but they probably
Yeah,
never
maybe.
made one for a real patient.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. It's like tattoo artists, like they've only tattooed pigs. It's like time to, everyone
Yeah.
has their first human. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Everyone
time to.
remembers their first human flesh.
They put down the watermelon. They're picking up the bread. It's
Yeah.
pretty exciting. I don't know what the sandwich artist equivalent is of tattooing a watermelon, but I'd imagine it's like arranging books in a pile in a appealing way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's got to be some kind of like, um, maybe like, those like micro landscaping? It's like a, when when we have to landscape for like an aquarium, like a fish tank, or like a small like thing for like a frog to live in, and you gotta
Mhm.
like glue a tiny little bush next to a rock. It's
Oh,
like I
yeah.
imagine it's like kind of like that.
That's
Aquascaping, I
really,
think is what it's called.
yeah, totally. Very good for developing dexterity and understanding the aesthetics of the assembly. So
Hmm.
you're absolutely right, Eric.
Yeah.
But it doesn't teach them about how to hunt and all, oh, or gather, I guess you could say. Sandwich artists are gatherers, you see. They need to get that hand, they go wrist deep in the bucket, maybe
Uh-huh.
elbow deep in that
Uh-huh.
tomato bucket, because they're going to try to get you the best option of the remaining tomato slices.
But do you think that implies that they give a fuck though? You think your sandwich artist ever tries to gather the most red tomato?
Eric, I think the challenge here is I'm working with veteran artists. They gave up a long time ago.
They've
You're
seen it all, Ty. They're like in it. They're like a long haul artists,
mm.
lifers, if you will, and so they have to like they focus their attention on not doing a good job, but doing the long job.
Yeah, exactly. They're just bumming around, waiting for the pension to kick in so they can retire from the
Hmm.
game. But
Yeah.
you're fresh-faced intern artists. They think that they can make a positive impact on the world.
Hmm. Yeah, they come into work every day thinking, I'm gonna fucking make the best lunch for someone
Mhm,
and I'm gonna get a raise. And then as soon as that first pay cycle hits and you realize, wait a second, I have no future here, that's when
mhm.
you like it starts to fall off.
Yeah,
But yeah, that first month, I don't know if they're on a monthly schedule or a bi-weekly schedule, but we got to get in there minimum first week and
exactly.
sample the new artistry. Can I go
The
with
new
you,
cuisine.
Ty? Can we
I would
figure out this
love that.
day?
Yes, I would love that. Um, and I'm so excited to have this opportunity with a fresh artist. And
Yeah.
it's honestly they I anticipate the artists will behave this way because I think that's how Big Way wants them to. They go I know there's like a sandwich university course. I've heard rumors about it. And
Oh shit.
Big Way tries to get you to drink the juice or drink the milk to go that they're pouring.
They want
And
you to
I
take a
think
bite.
yeah, exactly. I'd imagine that Big Way is telling their sandwich artists that yes, you can change the world by making that foot-long BMT. Yes, if you slop meatballs on this bread, it will
Schlickety
make
schlop.
people happy, and you will find meaning in that. So
Hmm.
they've been brainwashed essentially.
Wow, dude. I mean, we need to we need to get in there, Ty. We gotta observe. I'm actually really curious what other things are like new about a new subway. Like, are they going to like is it gonna be like a test kitchen or something? Like, will they implement all of their newest ideas? Like, I'm thinking neon sign,
Mhm.
the premeditated menu. What
Yeah,
else?
yeah. I know all of that, I think. I think we're gonna get
Yeah,
the newest promotions. We're gonna get presumably fresh vegetables. I can
presumably
tell you
fresh.
that
There's no
we're go
excuse. There's no excuse, Ty, on day one to have day old vegetables because this
Yeah,
business hasn't existed for more than a day.
it will be the worst made, best tasting footlong you've ever had.
Wow. And that's everything because like don't most tattooed chefs say like it's all in the ingredients?
I think so, which I don't believe in, by the way. I think it's about how you use the ingredients.
Hmm. I think I disagree with you. I think it's all in the ingredients because you don't have to do anything sometimes. You just eat a tomato. If the tomato is good, it's a good lunch.
Yeah, but like, how do you make that tomato worth $45 on a like an appetizer at a nice restaurant? You have to do something with it.
Yeah, exactly. Where in the fuck is my balsamic reduction?
Exactly. You better reduce the crap out of that balsamic.
Wow. So you're interested in spending $45 on a tomato slice?
I do what I need to do to have a what I perceive to be a novel experience. And you know I'm
Mm.
all about balsamic reductivism.
God damn it. Yeah, dude, we this makes me even more excited for our next business luncheon.
Hmm. We should update the breadheads. Any word from Shane on our Amex concierge support
Ah,
on our reservation?
yeah, I mean, I don't like to slander Amex publicly because of the level of service that I've been given.
Hmm.
However, Shane was not able to pull any strings for us on
Damn,
this particular occasion. I think I'm 5 for 6 now on
man.
fully booked rezos.
Just like every girl on earth, we've been disappointed by a guy named Shane.
Yeah, yeah. Some girls are like, yo, I can relate to that.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out
At least
to all
Shane
the broken
replied.
hearts.
At least Shane followed up and was like, hey, listen, I can't do this for you.
Hmm.
Whereas, like, I've been known to just not do that,
Hmm.
simply
Yeah, Shane.
disappear.
Damn, Shane's more virtuous than your average podcaster.
Yeah, exactly. Time to Shane.
Time to
Um,
Shane.
well, how do we, okay, what are our next steps then? So are we going to dine, um, you know, on our own reservation?
I
Or
think
are we
so.
gonna ask
I think
someone else to handle it for us?
I think we have to drop a tier. I think we have to go to Michelin recommended as the list and see, maybe revisit, like resurrect the conversation with Shane and see if he can do anything for us there. And
This is
then
true.
like Bib Gourmand ideally, but like if we have to just pick, like we're just throwing a dart at a restaurant if we're just picking anything off the guide.
Hmm.
And then I think the final call is we ask him if he can get us a reservation at any Subway just to see if it's possible.
I do appreciate that. Um, Luckily, we don't have to go through Shane again because every time you call in, there is a different
Mm,
lifestyle consultant ready to help.
cool, cool. I wonder if they have specializations. Like this one's really good at recommending hotels. This one's really good at skincare.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that. I think there is the okay, this is how it works. I've done some inside baseball related research here, and I think there is like the call center, which has like people like Shane, so utterly incompetent people. Um, but Ty, after they receive your request, that request then goes to um, the appropriate department, and then there's a
Mm,
department of people who do specialize in reservations or experiences or um, buying something special for someone. There's always like somebody or a team of people who is responsible for one of those things. And then that
mm-hmm,
request goes from Shane, who collects basically all the information, timeline, number of people, day, any
mm-hmm,
special requests, things like that. And that goes to the next person who tries to fulfill it. And
mm-hmm.
then if not, it's Shane who has to reach back out to you with either a yes or no. So that is how it works. But Ty, if you are a black card member, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking like 10K annual fee,
Yeah,
you get a dedicated person.
really.
Yeah, you have your own human to like do things for you.
Wow. Now that's a
Isn't that
great perk.
amazing?
Your own
That is a great
personal
perk.
everything artist.
Exactly. So imagine having a traveling sandwich artist who is like in the back seat of your Range Rover at all times, ready to,
Mm-hmm.
fulfill any request.
Yeah, they can book you. It's like if your sandwich artist could book you a flight or recommend recommend you a
Wow.
nice hike.
Imagine your sandwich artist. Imagine trusting your sandwich artist with anything beyond your lunch.
I can't imagine that. And then,
It's like can you go get my car serviced? Like they return your fucking clown car to you and it has like a sandwich stain on the passenger seat.
yeah. Oh man. Or they book it to the wrong York. They like, oh, I sent you to the original York, not the new one.
Wow. They just like they had to you know, find a gift for your wife for your anniversary and they just sent her a Subway gift card.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Damn. I
Unbelievable.
don't think Boo would be mad. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be.
our booze would be mad.
Yeah.
They're too close. They know too much.
Yeah. On the
Oh man.
inside. But wow. I'm trying to think of a task that a sandwich artist would be proficient at. Be that like maybe has, what do they call it? Soft skills on the resume? Transferable skills is the term I'm looking for.
Transferable skills,
Mm, yeah.
yes. If you were, so Ty, I'll throw it at you then. If you were a sandwich artist and you just got laid off,
Hmm. Not unlikely in
not
this economy.
unlikely, you know what I mean? The recession is hitting sandwich artists first.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, you were told to pack up your gloves and go home. And now you're stuck because you can't apply at another Subway. What are you
Hmm.
doing? And let's just take Quiznos off the table as well.
Quiz. No online quizzes. No, clearly you're not cut out for a call center job.
Yeah, well, I said Quiznos, but also
Oh,
call center.
Quiznos. Let's say, well, your transfer skills are you have experience with assembly, so you
Oh
could
shit.
go down to the smoke spewing factory and maybe assemble some Tesla parts.
Yes. You could be a
Uh,
cobalt miner, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because you're good
Hmm.
at wearing gloves and protective gear, um, but like not protective enough. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could forage for mushrooms and sell them at your local farmers market,
Yeah,
which is great for you for two reasons. One, you're good at finding things, and the other one is you're good at being around produce.
yeah, you're good at handling produce.
Hmm.
Um, I'm just like every time we pod, Ty, I realize how transferable my skills are to being a sandwich artist.
Hmm.
And when I worked at the grocery store, because I handled produce,
You did.
I
You got those aren't even transferable skills. That's like a direct skill that would help at a Subway.
yeah, it's maybe a prerequisite. Like
Hmm.
I'm able to identify a um, fresh, ripe potato
Hmm.
and ones that are no longer edible. I'm able to do that really proficiently. I'm able to, you know, separate bananas if the bunch is too large, things like that.
Hmm.
No one's
That's
gonna buy
impressive,
50
Eric.
bananas.
I'm
Yeah,
impressed.
thank you. Also sliced mortadella very, very thinly.
Damn.
When like Europeans come in, they always ask for the mortadella to be really, really thin. And
Hmm.
like my parents struggle with this because usually it's like some, Canadian boy slicing up the meats for us. They don't know what we're talking about. But
Hmm.
when I do it for someone who looks like me, Ty, I'm able to do it exactly right. And then they say, "Wow, that is perfect." I've
It's
gotten
because,
compliments on my belly slicing before.
yeah, dude, it's because everything's thinner in Europe.
Everything is thinner in Europe. The cigarettes,
The
the
people.
women, yeah, the sandwiches, the baguettes
uh,
are thinner.
they just the roads,
The
buildings.
cars. My
Hmm.
four cylinder is very
Hmm.
thin.
Hmm. So that's really interesting. That's very cool that you are like probably more um would be more proficient if you walked into the Subway right now and you challenged a Subway University graduate. They literally just they threw their cap just yesterday. They just got the
hmm
diploma. You two took
hmm
a both stab at making a footlong based off
hmm
of your tenure as a podcaster, examining the genre of
hmm
Subway, and your past life as a deli worker. I think you would probably prepare immediately a better sandwich than them.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty safe to say.
You're like the
But also
Virgil
like,
Abloh of fashion, but of sandwiches.
yes, absolutely. Wow, you're right. You know what? I think it's because they don't hire anyone who's ever cooked before in their life. Like
Mm,
it's always like teenagers and like men.
mm-hmm,
It's either a teenage girl or old man, and they
mm.
those people don't cook, right? So you need to get like
Literally the worst cooks. If you had to stereotype the bad cooks, it's that.
older men, like middle-aged men who like live alone,
Hmm.
and like teenagers, and that's totally fine. It's just it is what it is. But they need to start hiring like marginalized women,
Hmm. Best
like
cooks.
yeah, exactly. Best cooks. They make the best food, soul food. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
give me, you know, yeah, give me that because that would bring it all up a notch.
That would change everything, Eric. I'd be so hands off in that situation.
Yeah, I would be like, you make it, you just make
Hmm.
it.
Take it away, mommy.
Yeah, por favor.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, Eric, I learned a lot today, and we have a lot to look forward to. A grand opening, a business dinner.
Hmm.
I don't know what else. I heard there's a new Playboy Cardi album in the works.
Hmm. Our future partnership with BlendJet, it's gonna only
Mhm.
get better
It's only
from
gonna
here.
get blend. Yeah, dude.
It's
We
only
got
gonna get blender. Oh fuck. I just received mine to like yesterday, Ty,
hmm
and let me tell you, I am so stoked to give it a whirl. Dude,
Damn.
like the fact that I'm holding a BlendJet in my hands is
It's
amazing
surreal.
feeling. And I will just tell the breadheads that I purchased this one. Um, we do have free ones on the way, but I said, you know what, let me get one sooner. I want my BlendJet ASAP.
Dude, you got
So
places to be and things to blend there. You can't wait around.
literally, I got places to be and things to blend at those places because it's
Mm.
portable.
They got places to blend.
Exactly.
That's a great tagline. BlendJet, you can have that one for free. It's the BlendJet 2 when you have places to blend.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Only thing we're doing here, Ty, is we're blending genres on this podcast.
That's a fact. But what genres?
Um, let's see. Food, culture, music, matters of cultural interest,
All
news.
matters of cultural interest are in this melting pot.
They're in this blender.
hmm
Wonderful. Well, let's call it a day, call it a week. Let's get to the weekend. Let's, charge up our blenders and hit the road.
I'm juiced. I'm ready to go.
I'm juiced. All right, breadheads, thank you for listening once again.
Mm.
Um, we didn't talk about Young Thug doing a drug handoff in court.
Right. That's a big deal. Okay. Let's touch on that on Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday topic.
That's a big
Okay,
one to unpack.
boys and girls, have a great weekend.
Stink fresh, everyone. Ciao.